morning, everyone. I am Hillary Goldfarb with Rockefeller Group, and it is a privilege to welcome you to the groundbreaking of Port 460 Logistics Center. As co-developers with our partners at Madden, we are here to announce the construction start of our Phase 1, which includes 2.4 million square feet of industrial development across 5 buildings. We are building what will become one of the most impactful industrial developments in our country. We will serve both U.S. and international businesses seeking direct access to the expanded Port of Virginia, and we are very proud to create new jobs and bring new investment. To meet the demands of a global economy alongside trusted partners like all of you is an honor. We simply would not be here without all of your support. And for that reason, we are very excited to introduce our capital partners here with us from New York and Dallas and Tokyo. Please join me in welcoming Mitsubishi Estate New York, Taisei USA, and Chuo Notochi. Each of our capital partners shares our vision for delivering world-class facilities, and each shares our confidence in the city of Suffolk and in the Commonwealth of Virginia. Today, we're here to celebrate new investment and innovation. We recognize the strength and fortitude of great partners and the success possible through public-private partnership. Each and every one of you has worked tirelessly to get here, and we are grateful. You know, when we first teamed up with our outstanding partners at Madden, and Mark, thank you, we challenged ourselves to commit to a design and to assemble a team that would simply outperform. To market leaders like Bill Pruding and his whole crew at JLL, to our general contractor, Clancy and Faze, and engineers at Kimley Horn, you all are the best in the business. So without further ado, today we have some very special speakers here with us who you are about to meet. These are the leaders driving innovation and investment and growth here in Virginia. The first is the man who started it all with a kernel of an idea. Please welcome to the stage Mark Madden.
Hello, everybody. There's about 10 people in my office that would probably question whether I started it all down here, but I appreciate it. Thank you, Hillary. Thank you, everybody from Rockefeller and Mitsubishi. It is humbling to be your partner, and also thank you to all the capital partners. I'm meeting the governor for the first time today, but our relationship started about 2.5 years ago. For those of you who don't want to remember, and those of us who do remember, I came here about 2.5 years ago when people were wearing masks. And I was a guest of Stevens at the port, and Shep was there. At the time, we could have invested pretty much anywhere in the United States. The interest rates had risen, capital markets were frozen, but my office was determined for me to come to the Port of Norfolk and hear the pitch. And that pitch, infrastructure, capital spending, was amazing. I remember perfectly, Shep, when the meeting was over, you walked me towards a window, you pointed down, and it was your house. You said, Mark, I live here. He's like, you do your part, Virginia will be there for you. And that is why we're here today. Governor, thank you. It's your team. You cannot fake infrastructure and capital spending, and you are reaping the benefits of it, so thank you.
So our next speaker, especially for this crowd, needs no introduction. Mr. Mayor Michael Duman, we have worked arm in arm, especially you and Carl Morris, for many years now, and the doggedness and entrepreneurial spirit of your entire team deserves special recognition. We'd like to acknowledge Terry Smith and Kevin Hughes, especially in that regard. Your commitment to problem solving is unique, and we appreciate it. Mayor Duman, the stage is yours.
Quite a crowd, I might say. But good morning, everyone. Governor Youngkin, Mr. Edwards, and distinguished guests. It is indeed a pleasure to be here at the groundbreaking ceremony for the Port 460 Logistics Center, a project that represents a significant step forward for our city of Suffolk, as well as the entire Hampton Roads region. I would like to recognize the Rockefeller Group and Matten Companies for your vision and commitment to this project. It is a true testament to your belief in Suffolk's potential and our region's strategic importance in logistics and distribution. I also want to thank all the city officials, planning teams, and community members who have worked tirelessly to bring us to this point. Your efforts have been instrumental in making this project a reality. The Port 460 Logistics Center is strategically positioned to leverage the unique advantages of our region and is designed to serve a variety of industries, including advanced manufacturing, life sciences, logistics, and port operations. Being the closest development opportunity of scale to the Port of Virginia, this site will play a crucial role in enhancing our city's position as a pivotal logistics hub. The Port of Virginia is one of the largest seaports in the United States, and with this project, we are strengthening our connection to global commerce. Route 460 road improvements that are coming alongside this project will allow us to get ahead of the projected increase in truck traffic generated by Port of Virginia activity. We are fortunate to have recently received approval of $30.1 million from the Transportation Partnership Opportunity Fund, affectionately known as TPOF, to be applied to the 2.3 miles of road enhancements. That $31 million, combined with the $6.6 million profit for Matten Companies and an additional $1 million provided by the Port Opportunity Fund, means that this road project is 47% funded. I want to take a moment to recognize the support of Governor Youngkin, Secretary of Transportation Shep Miller, Secretary of Commerce Merrick, and the Commonwealth Transportation Board for this significant TPOF allocation. I also would be remiss if I didn't recognize Senator Emily Jordan's efforts in advocating for our TPOF grant. It should be noted that during deliberation of action that was necessary by City Council to enable this project to move forward, a major consideration was the rare opportunity it could afford to secure funding for a road project before experiencing congestion. Thank you again, Governor Youngkin, for making that assertion a reality. The economic benefits of this project are substantial and undeniable. Thousands of jobs, significant infrastructure improvements, and millions of dollars of annual tax revenue generated for the city of Suffolk. The site's designation as a foreign trade zone is a tremendous asset, offering businesses significant logistical and financial advantages. This distinction will help attract international companies and enhance our city's competitive edge in the global market. It should be noted that Port 460 is designed to align with the Port of Virginia's ambitious net zero emissions goal by 2040. This center will incorporate advanced technologies and alternative energy solutions, ensuring that we minimize our environmental impact while maximizing operational efficiency. In closing, I am confident that Matten Companies, along with the Rockefeller Group, will indeed deliver a world-class development and will become a beacon of economic growth and innovation for Suffolk and the greater Hampton Roads region. I want to thank everyone once again for being here today and for your continued support of this transformative project. Thank you.
Well done, Mr. Mayor.
Our next speaker, Mr. Stephen Edwards, is the CEO and Executive Director of the Port of Virginia. Mr. Edwards, we want to thank you for your help strengthening ties with our investors. And on a personal note, I don't think anyone in this room has fed more members of our capital staff. So thank you. Mr. Edwards, the floor is yours.
So good morning, everyone. Mayor Dooman, Governor Youngkin, Secretary Miller, Hillary and Mark. This is a good day. It's a great day. It's a good day for the port as a whole. And I think there's lots of thanks are going around, but I really want to thank Mayor Dooman and the City Council members. This was a journey to get to this point in time where ground is being broken. And your diligence and your fortitude, those of us who watched City Council vote on the day that you decided to move forward with this project from the city's perspective, may recall that the mayor spent a significant amount of time going through the reasoning behind it. And I think that just demonstrated the amount of diligence that was put into this work by the city management, and by the City Council. We appreciate that partnership. It is a partnership. We're here for the long run. And we're here to help build America's most modern gateway, the Port of Virginia, and we're here with Suffolk. So now we start. So Hillary and Mark, we've a lot of work to do, because we've got to fill it. But Port 460 is exactly what the Port of Virginia needs. We need good, high-caliber investors developing first-class commercial real estate, and it's time to go and start selling. So our team and I look forward to bringing the best logistics companies to Virginia, to bringing the best international shipping companies to Virginia, and to give you the opportunities to secure them for Port 460. It is, after all, a team sport. When we were going through the first stages of this project, we said to Mayor Dooman and City Council that the port was just a small slice of what the Commonwealth of Virginia could do and what it could bring to the table. And in particular, when it came to improving the 460 corridor. We, as the port, needed to tell that story so that we could get ahead of the script. And it's my pleasure to introduce to you the person who heard the script, who listened to what we had to say, and that's the Secretary of Transportation, Shep Miller. Shep, as Mark explained, is a long-time Hampton Roads resident, and he knows full well about the value of building ahead of the curve in our area, and that's exactly what we're doing with this project and with 460. So with that, I'd like to say thank you to everybody. Thank you for your diligence. We look forward to working with you for the long future, and with that, I'd like to introduce the Secretary of Transportation, Shep Miller.
Go, Shep.
Thank you, Stephen. I appreciate it very much. Wow, what an exciting day here. It's a great, beautiful day to be in Suffolk, a city that's growing by leaps and bounds. Mayor Dooman, thank you for hosting us and everything that you've done to make this happen. And thank you all for being here on this very special occasion to celebrate this growth and opportunity, not just here in Suffolk, but in Hampton Roads and across the Commonwealth. Today's gathering is the culmination of a lot of work and a lot of years of effort and partnership, and so many people across the state and local government and private industry have taken part in that to make this Port 460 Logistics Center a reality. On day one, Governor Youngkin decided that economic development would be a priority of his administration, and it's clearly paying off with projects such as this one. At the outset, the governor broke down silos by implementing a whole of government, cross-secretariat approach to economic development. That's why economic development is something every single secretary in the administration considers as they implement Governor Youngkin's agenda. As Secretary of Transportation, it's my job to consider the impacts of transportation on economic development and identify opportunities where infrastructure improvements might bolster growth and accelerate opportunities for Virginians. And that's why I recommended to the governor that he direct transportation partnership opportunity funds to a roadway project that will directly benefit this incredible development. The governor obviously took the advice, thank you, Governor, or I should say recommendation, to allocate over $30 million to this project. This project will widen and modernize a couple of 2.5 to 3 miles here at 460, and when complete, this nearly $87 million road project will ensure this development is well connected to both Route 460 and Route 58, and that it works seamlessly for everybody nearby. Folks, we made this transportation investment because the Commonwealth of Virginia is committed to the Port 460 Logistics Center, and because we believe in the opportunity that this development presents. This development will create thousands of jobs, and invest millions into our economy, many, many, many millions. And it will allow for further growth at our top-notch Port of Virginia, the most efficient major container port in North America, which is currently undergoing a $1.4 billion modernization, expansion, and improvement project to make it even better. Stephen, you're doing a great job there. Thank you so much. This project is clearly a huge win for Virginia, and it wouldn't be possible without all of you. So thank you, Mark and the Matten companies. Thank you, Hillary and the Rockefeller Group, Taisei, Naitochi, and Mitsubishi Estate New York. Thank you so much. Without you, we would not be here. Thank you for your commitment to the Commonwealth. I look forward to a long and successful partnership as we continue to invest and grow in Virginia. And now it's my great honor to introduce the Governor of Virginia to you. The governor spent 30 years assessing, buying, fixing, and then selling businesses. That's what he did before he came to Virginia. He assessed them, he bought them, he fixed them, and then he sold them. And so when he came to Virginia, he did the same thing, right? He assessed our situation. And he said, we're not okay. It's not good enough here. Our taxes are too high. Our education system is regressing. Economic development is stagnant. We have a mental health crisis in the Commonwealth. Workforce development is fragmented and ineffective. We don't have enough energy, and the list goes on and on and on. So what did the governor do? He cut $5 billion of taxes. $5 billion he gave back to us in this Commonwealth, back into our pockets, the people who own it. He made record investments in education. He took the masks off, Mark, and brought people back into the classroom, and then gave them intense tutoring to try to make up for that regression that I referenced. He returned to common sense standards, and you recently saw some standards that came out of accreditation. Common sense approach to education. And then, as I said earlier, the all-in approach to economic development. We're all involved in that. And so here we are. We have a centralized workforce development opportunity, or workforce development plan here in the Commonwealth that's been implemented. We have Right Help right now, record investments, as I indicated, and all-in energy plan being launched. So here we are, folks. But this governor is not just that. He's not just a guy who understands how to assess, buy, fix. And no, he's not going to sell Virginia, but he's going to turn it over back to the Virginians much better than when he got it. But more importantly than all that, this is a man of outstanding character and incredible class. It's really a pleasure to work for somebody like that. And so it's my real honor and pleasure to introduce the 74th Governor of Virginia, Governor Glenn Youngkin.
Thank you. Well, good morning. Good morning. All right, now good morning. Good morning. Secretary Miller, thank you. Thank you for your leadership. Thank you for your service. And I look around this room and I see smiles because we're all here in Virginia and it is a great day to be a Virginian. And by the way, those of you who live other places, move here. Move here. We're right here in the heart of Suffolk. We're right here in the heart of Hampton Roads. We're right here in the heart of a logistics center that will be a foundational element of the future development of this entire region. And you can see it happening. Virginia is on the move. And friends, there is such momentum across this Commonwealth. And so yes, we are here celebrating a groundbreaking of the Port 460 Logistics Center. But we also are celebrating yet another milestone in Virginia leading. Virginia out in front. Virginia cracking open opportunity. Virginia being the best state for business in America. And that's what we're celebrating today. There's been a lot of thank yous, and I want to double down on just a couple. First, Secretary Miller, thank you for your leadership. And I want to thank Stephen Edwards for his leadership at the port. I want to thank all of the leadership at the Rockefeller Group and Madden for coming and believing in Virginia. Mark, thank you for coming and believing. I want to thank investors who for the first time are investing in Virginia. And let me tell you, we are going to go to work to make sure that it is the first of many investments in our great Commonwealth. I want to reiterate the thanks to Senator Emily Jordan. My phone blew up for the last 2 years as she was advocating for this effort, knowing that this day could be possible. I want to thank Delegate Baxter Ennis, who sat in my office last year and advocated for this project. That is what it takes. It takes folks working together, and when we work together, we can move mountains. And that's what's happening across the Commonwealth of Virginia. Listen, folks, when we came out of that pandemic, Mark, when you were here, Virginia, right when we started our administration, was bottom third in the nation in job growth. We had 140,000 Virginians that had disappeared from the workforce. We had more people moving away than moving here from the other 49 states. We had work to do. And I want to thank everybody here for believing in the future of the Commonwealth. We declared Virginia open for business. We invested in sites, and I will say thank you to the General Assembly members. We partnered. We've appropriated $550 million to invest in sites and transportation to enable the future of the Commonwealth. Yes, Shep, we went to work overhauling workforce development. And today we have the highest number of people working in the Commonwealth of Virginia than we have ever had in the history of the state. 250,000 more than when we got here. Friends, that is what we should be up to. And when you do all of that, plus streamline regulations, and I will say today in the Commonwealth, it takes you 1/3 the time to get an air permit or a water permit as it did 2.5 years ago, businesses line up to come. And we have now had nearly $80 billion of capital commitments from companies who are already here or coming to the Commonwealth of Virginia because they see the future. And that underpins growth. That underpins opportunity, and that underpins prosperity. Now, this particular project is doubly exciting. It's doubly exciting because of what it represents. It represents the world-class gateway, both in and out of Virginia, for manufacturers, for service providers, for our logistics system that stretches around the world and is now recognized as being the best in the world. Our port is frequently rated the best operating port in America. And as I told my competitors up and down the East Coast, when we finish this latest capital project, we will be the deepest and the widest, and we will be the best. This project represents a belief that Virginia is the place with the best workforce. And by the time all phases are completed here, 9,000 jobs will be supported by this amazing facility. And this investment represents a belief in the future of the Commonwealth. Not one represented by years, but one represented by decades. And that is why Virginia is today the very best place to live and work and raise a family. All in this project, through all the phases, reflects a $660 million investment here. And as I said, all the way through the phases, up to 9,000 people will have their jobs supported by this facility. That is growth, and that represents opportunity. So, as I might have said earlier, and you might have heard, that Virginia was recently named by CNBC as the top state in America for business. And let me tell you, we are. We are the top state in America for business. And the most important element of their rankings is infrastructure. And we went from bottom half in the nation 5 years ago to number 3 in the nation in a very short period of time. I don't like being number 3. I like being number 1. And I believe that Ricky Bobby and I agreed on a few things, which is if you're not first, you're last. And so it's time for us to get from third to first. And that's the work in front of us. And I will tell you, the Port of Virginia is the anchor player in that effort. And the Port of Virginia represents our future. The Port of Virginia represents that fullback that opens up all kinds of running room. And that's why we will continue to support the efforts of the Port of Virginia. Finally, I just want to thank all of you, because when we work together and we put our eye on a prize, we achieve it. And what's happening in Suffolk and what's happening across Hampton Roads is truly extraordinary. I firmly believe that Virginia is on the front of an extended lead relative to states around us and relative to an absolute objective to be the very best. When we build the winning ecosystem for transportation and logistics and infrastructure, it becomes the winning ecosystem for business, which then translates into unbridled opportunity and prosperity. That is what we're up to in the Commonwealth of Virginia. And therefore, I want to thank you all. Thank you for believing. Thank you again for investing. And thank you for being on this journey together as we unleash prosperity. May God bless you. May He bless the Commonwealth of Virginia. And now I can't wait to dig into the next opportunity. All right, that's a really bad joke. I can't wait for us to dig into the next opportunity in the Commonwealth of Virginia to present to everyone why they should come to Virginia and invest, why they should come to Virginia and live, and why they should be in Virginia to build their future. God bless you, and thank you.
So now, just some easy blocking and tackling. I'm going to invite all the speakers to the stage for the actual shovel ceremony.